To the third inning, top of the order for the Marlins. Nats and Marlins, no score. In with a play-by-play. Here's Dave Jackler.
Well, Tanner Roark, Charlie, was about to throw the first pitch, but the clock had not run out, so plate umpire C.B. Buckner said, hold on. Now he'll deal to D. Gordon, and the first pitch is low and outside.
That's the only time time can run out in baseball, right?
The game's supposed to be timeless, but
now we have
in between innings, we're on a clock. The 1-0 to D is just high, 2-0. We're joined this half inning by our friend Bryan Holland, who's the general manager of the Potomac Nationals, down the road in Woodbridge at Fitzner Stadium. Here's the 2-0 delivery. And Gordon, a ground ball under the glove of Roark and out into center field for a hit. Tanner looking down at his mitt, wondering how he didn't get it. So T. Gordon with his third hit of the series, a leadoff single. Bryan, thanks for joining us. How you doing?
Gentlemen, it's great to be here. I remember what this feels like now with the headset on. This is wonderful. You guys got a great seat. This is unbelievable.
Well, you guys had a great win today.
We did. A little walk-off job. That was nice. And came off the bat at Jack Sundberg, who's in the house with a couple of his outfield buddies. Daniel Johnson is here, and Rhett Wiseman. We had a good one. Yeah, we won 4 straight.
I was looking. Sundberg had played 86 games with no homers. His first today is a walk-off homer. Here's Giancarlo Stanton. He has 38. Throw to first to check on Gordon. Well, you talk about outfielders. You had a real good outfielder for much of the season. He recently got promoted to Harrisburg. Tell us how Victor Robles was, Nationals' top position prospect.
Yeah, if you don't know about Robles, you've been living under a rock. But he was so fun to watch, and I was talking to the Masson guys about that. And he's just a 5-tool talent and such a fun guy to have in the clubhouse, too.
Pitch to Stanton is in for a strike. So you saw some big league talent there.
No doubt. I mean, I think we all know that he has the 5 tools, and he's just really been able to get in the groove, and he's battled some injuries. We had him in 2016 as well, but I realized that we have a wonderful outfield already here in the nation's capital, but there's another guy on the way that is certainly going to make an impact here, I would think sooner rather than later.
Another throw over. Gordon dives back, still 0-1 on Stanton.
Bryan, when you hear about some of these guys before they get there, how anxious are you to see them when they finally get to you?
It's so fun, and of course in a much different environment in the minors when you're closer to the action, even away from the headset, you can't help but come down from the front office and watch a guy like Victor Robles play, and I know he's already doing real well up in Harrisburg.
They're keeping a close eye on Gordon, who has 40 stolen bases this year.
And one of the neat things with it being so close here to the nation's capital and the big league club, there are a lot of fans, especially when the Nats go on the road. The schedule works out, they'll go see some of these young players at your park.
The trickle-down effect is tangible. I mean, it's great when the Nats are on the road and we're doing something special, and we'll go head-to-head, too, and still, have a good crowd.
Slider low and away. You've got the radio background. I like it how you pause in between pitches.
Well, I got to give you guys a little air, right? You guys are the professionals. I've listened to you guys for quite some time, and it was so fun to call games as a raconteur for a minor league club down in the system, but you guys get to do it day in and day out and see the absolute best in the world. And again, I just can't get over this perch.
Gordon is running and a long drive to left. It's not going to matter. This one is going, and long gone into section 103. Home run number 39 for Giancarlo Stanton. And it's 2-0 Miami. His third home run in this series. And he was all over that 1-1 pitch and demolished it.
T. Gordon running at the pitch, as you said, stopped about a step in front of second base
to admire.
Yes, just watched it, waited for it to land in the seats before he started his trot around in front of Stanton to come in and score.
It was a fastball middle in, and Stanton was all over it. So his 4th career home run against Roark. And Gio was the only one last night to keep him in the yard. 3 homers in this 4-game series. Here's Yelich. Left-handed hitter takes a called strike with a slider.
New career high for Stanton with each one he hits. Leads the major leagues.
Closing in on the Marlins record, which is 42, held by Gary Sheffield. Next pitch is outside.
Speaking of 90s night, here tomorrow. He would be 90s Marlin, right?
Yep. So we're talking with Bryan Holland, the Potomac Nationals general manager. And there are peanuts all over the ballpark today. Former peanuts fouled back 1 and 2. And even in the Marlins lineup, Tyler Moore, who had a 30-31 homer season in 2010. So I know you must be excited to see former Potomac Nationals excelling at the big leagues.
Timo, a former Carolina League MVP, too. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he drove in the first Nationals run in the postseason years ago.
And the game-winning hit in the Game 1 in 2012 against the Cardinals. Pitches inside to Yelich, 2-2.
I see you guys are doing something with Dwight Gooden coming up, although he never played in one of the great seasons ever in the Carolina League. We were looking at his numbers earlier.
300 strikeouts in a minor league season. 2-2 is fouled back.
And we were trying to line that up, of course, with the Lynchburg affiliate in the Carolina League. And, you know, he's a namesake that I think a lot of people would like to come out and meet. And, of course, his trials and tribulations on and off the field are well documented. But I think he's going to be a great draw. 300 strikeouts on the nose. I mean, it's just unbelievable. So he's got the ties to the league, not the team. But we're really looking forward to having him on the 19th.
Here's the 2-2 to Yelich. And it's a ball up and away.
Well, if you want to link it to the organization, Davey Johnson managed Dwight Gooden managed the Nationals and always told a story about how he wanted him after pitching an A-ball. He never threw another minor league pitch after that one season, right to the big leagues.
Except on rehab.
Yep.
Certainly a phenom. There's no doubt about that.
3-2, and Yelich sends a high foul out of play to the left, and the count will hold. Well, you guys have had, over the years, some great promotional items, be it bobbleheads or figurines, and we read the promos every night, and some of them have been really, really creative. How do you guys come up with some of these ideas?
Throw us in a think tank for about 3 days, and just give us some soda pops, and we'll come up with some really neat stuff. And
so it's the caffeine, huh?
It's the caffeine. You got it.
3-2 is inside and low, and Roark has walked Yelich. So a single, a homer, and a walk. And the Marlins have had a big third inning here. What's your favorite?
Well, I got to go with the stuff, I guess, that's on the horizon. I mean, it's a tie for what we got left this year. I'll go back. I mean, maybe that's a cop-out. I think Jason Worth, the bobblebeard years ago, was definitely something that was landmark because of that real hair. We got the real hair, Anthony Rendon. I brought you guys some presents. I brought you a couple. And, of course, your TV colleague, Dan Kolko, and Jason Worth will be on a dual bobblehead at the end of the year. And I'd be shocked if people weren't lining up for that bad boy.
Here's Marcell Ozuna with Yelich at first, and Roark starts him with a breaking ball low and outside.
Any other plans for broadcaster bobbleheads?
Well, it's interesting you asked that question. Yeah, why not? Why not Ray Knight and Johnny Holiday? I can't believe, and I'm probably going to jinx it now, how has the University of Maryland not done a Johnny Holiday bobblehead? If they do, I think we know why.
Here's Roark to the belt. Pause in the 1-0, and Ozuna with a mighty swing and a miss and a high fastball. Going back, I was a fan of the Bernardina, the shark. Was that yours? Did you come up with that one?
I can't take credit. That was actually my predecessor, Josh Olerud, that came up with that. And Ole's now with the AAA affiliate of the Yankees, so he got to see the Judge Fiesta come through.
Wow.
He's in Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, the Rail Riders. But yeah, that was a good one. We started the hybrid version there.
Runner Yelich started to go, then stopped as Ozuna fouls one out of play down the right field line. It's like Yelich slipped. He's smoothing at the dirt around first base. He looked like he wanted to steal and slammed the brakes on. 2-0 Marlins with a 2-run homer here in the top of the third from Stanton. As we're visiting with Bryan Holland, general manager of the Potomac Nationals. One other, get to it after this pitch. Charlie, well, you had one for Bryan. Yelich a medium lead as Roark sets. Runner's not going, and the pitch is fouled out of play again.
I know you brought some of the players here with you. They had a signing before the game. A lot of times they don't get this close to Major League Baseball when they're an A-ball. And I know some guys, if the line's up that they have a day off or a day game and the Nats play at night, sneak over here and watch the big league team. Tonight it was a planned night to come over.
Yeah, this is our annual VIP night at the ballpark, if you will, and I think more so than just the enjoyment we get hanging out with you guys and watching a game on a beautiful night is the experience they get to catch BP and be in the seats. They're in like the 10th row.
Pitch ripped down the left field line, foul. Still 1-2.
And we're all about that tangible bridge. I think because of the geographic proximity, Fitzner Stadium to Nationals Park, we're so close, and maybe sometimes we take that for granted. It's unbelievable to be able to have our players literally see what could be the looking glass for them. And you know, in their case, they hope it's sooner rather than later, as I was talking about with Robles. And you know, many of them will be up here, some won't, but that's the race.
Next pitch, that one high and tight under the chin of Ozuna. 2-2.
And I know from an organizational standpoint, every big league club now loves to have proximity with their clubs, and the Nationals have that when an injured player can go on rehab. It really works out very well.
Yeah, it's a bummer that all the names on the disabled list for the Nationals are impact players, and we always say the same thing. We would never want to benefit from somebody getting hurt, but if we can provide a venue that's nice and close to our nation's capital, that's what it's all about. We're right down the road.
2-2 is him on the ground to short. We'll see if they can turn it. Defoe to Murphy for the out at second. The quick turn to first is not in time. Zimmerman came off the bag to take the throw, so they erased the lead runner on the force play. Ozuna at first with one out, and Miami leading 2-0. And you recently had a National starting player on a rehab assignment. It's Michael Taylor. How did Taylor look?
I know it sounds like a cliche, but he's just one of the best guys. He's like an Adrian Sanchez. He felt comfortable. I got to talk to him personally.
Well, you had Taylor for a couple of years there on his way out.
I actually called his first professional game. We were on the road. It was the end of the season, West Virginia, and then I think he made his debut in Lexington. They put him at first base. He didn't have a first baseman's mitt. He had to borrow one.
You're kidding.
Well, there was no one else to play first.
He came up as a shortstop.
He did, yeah, out of Florida. I remember that at a high school, Westminster Academy, I think, and what an athlete.
Here's Derek Dietrich, who taps a changeup foul behind the plate.
Now, you just had that crazy incident where he's on rehab where they intentionally walk him
with nobody on base. I'm still upset about that one.
They intentionally walked him twice. I got hot. I'm not going to lie.
No, I wasn't even there, and I was upset.
I was pretty upset, and you try to remove yourself from anything that would happen in between the chalk lines. You know, my job at that point is like, you know, an administrator almost in college, but I walked down and talked to Trip Keister, our manager, after the game.
Here's the pitch. High to Dietrich, 1-1.
All because of sick North loop stock. Huh?
How about that? It's always, you know, interesting to see where the story begins when you have those rivalries, and it was only 24 hours. They were upset that Loopstock was walked to avoid a cycle, which, you know, hit for the cycle in the minors, whatever. He was having a great couple of days against us. I don't think it had anything to do with the cycle, but thus is baseball. And I can tell you, Tripp and the Nationals, I'm sure we're not too pleased that a rehabber, if you will, for lack of a better term, was walked intentionally twice. Pretty nuts, but I'm glad it didn't proliferate and go any further than that.
And that's certainly not what it's all about.
Yeah, who's the opponent? Was that Lynchburg?
That was Lynchburg, so that's an Indians affiliate. But, you know, again, we have a bunch of good class organizations in the league, so we're not going to continue the rivalry. But, yeah, it was Lynchburg.
The 1-1. Dietrich hits a high fly ball to right field. Harper drifting back. He's got a play. He settles under it, and he makes the catch. Ozuna tags at first to draw a throw. Harper throws a one-hopper into Defoe at the second base bag, sending Ozuna back to first. So Dietrich is out number 2. Well, sure, it's 2-0. You might have Jason Worth there because Jason's close to starting a rehab assignment. We don't know his official schedule yet, but I think he's been there a couple times over the years, hasn't he?
Absolutely. I think he's been there 3 times total. He had a 2-home run game against Lynchburg a couple years ago, and wouldn't it be ironic if he was down on his bobblehead night? How sweet would that be? But again, we just want him to get healthy. I don't care where he goes.
Speaking with Bryan Holland, the Potomac Nationals general manager, and here is the former Potomac National, Tyler Moore, who had a double in the second inning. Here's the pitch, and he pops the first one up on the infield. This one to the third base side of the mound. Defoe, the shortstop, will take charge, and he makes the catch. Well, Bryan, great job. Thanks for allowing us to do the play-by-play in between some great thoughts, and good luck the rest of the season, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Thanks so much for having me into the broadcast nest, boys. This is a beautiful vantage point. Have a great night. Thanks.
All right, so the Marlins get 2, and after 2.5, it's 2-0 Miami on the Nationals Radio Network.